Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire, all my bets straight from. You're in the house, that cat made now. Straight fire.
Welcome back into the channel. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We're back with the best bets for the NBA here for you today on Saturday, March 29th, 2025. NBA player props, spreads, totals, predictions here for you today. We got 3 picks in the video that I think are great value bets here for this Saturday NBA slate. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. On the road to 9,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support as always. If you're a returning viewer, also make sure to hit that like button for me as well. Always appreciate that. Like I said, it helps us grow the video and grow the channel here. So appreciate you guys. You guys absolutely rock. Drop your favorite pick down below as always, guys. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put star or an asterisk next to your pick. Include your pick in the video if it hits. Once again, the chat, guys, stays hot. Manny the Maniac 99 once again in the chat, guys, dropping the Vegas Golden Knights -1.5 puck line. And then John Paul Corrigan calling Cam Johnson over 3.5 assists. He finishes with 6. Great call outs there from our comic cappers. Guys, we had a sweep yesterday ourselves here at the channel, 4-0. We're going to do the double broom today. We'll do a recap section here quick. We had a great day in the NBA and even baseball yesterday. Went 6-1 across the channel yesterday. We'll do a recap section, like I said, here quick, pretty soon. But I couldn't wait to get that out, guys. It was another terrific day for us. We're on an 11-1 run in the NBA. So we've been absolutely killing it over the last 3 days. And hopefully we keep doing that here today. So check out all of our links down below if you guys are interested in following us on social media. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Of course, our community Discord page. Great ways to connect with the community and to stay updated on the community. Follow all those links. Join the Discord. All free to do that. So check that out. Check out our Major League Baseball futures video as well. If you guys are interested in betting the Major League Baseball futures market, put a lot of time into that. A lot of fun putting together that video. I talk about it a lot. But obviously check it out if you guys are interested. Just to get like a season outlook on some of these teams. Not even just to take the bets, but like I said, I had fun putting that together. Check out our Straight Fire merchandise as well, guys. If you guys are interested in getting any Straight Fire swag, great time to do that after a great day. If you guys are interested in any shirts, mugs, signs, stuff like that, all available on our store. Link in the pinned comment and in the description for that. And then lastly, check out our Straight Fire MVP program, guys. Just $3.99 per month. You get access to all of our picks and our plays early. You also get access to our Straight Fire MVP exclusive pick of the day, which has been on fire as well. Like I said, it's just $3.99 per month, 13 cents a day. It's a great time to sign up and become a member, guys. Been absolutely on a heater here. Like I said, 11-1 over the last 3 days in the NBA. Having a great NBA season, up about 45 units here or so. Obviously, you know, be sure to check that out. You also get custom emojis, roll call in the Discord, and shout-outs in the video. And it's a great way to support us in what we're doing here at the channel, guys. It goes a long way in supporting the longevity of the channel. All right, enough on that. Let's do a recap from yesterday, guys. Like I said, we brought out the broom. We love to see it, guys. Got that 4-0 sweep. Couldn't ask for a better day, obviously. It was fantastic day. We cashed our SFP MVP exclusive pick of the day. Rudy Gobert over 21.5 points and rebounds. This was a 1.5 unit play. We cashed that easily. I believe he finished close to 30. Absolutely killed it. So we love to see that. We cashed D'Angelo Russell's under 15.5 points. Cashes that easily as well. He finished with 5. Had a lot of room to work with there. And pretty much everything we said pretty much came to be in that game. The Clippers ended up running away with that game and really just made it easy on us to cash that bet. Then we had Mikal Bridges over 7.5 rebounds and assists. This one was pretty tight. He finished with 8, but he got there in the third quarter. Thought he would get a few more, but obviously he got to 8, which was all that counts. He ends up cashing that. And then we cashed the Pistons plus 6.5 spread. This is probably my favorite pick of the day as far as the call. Just because you look at the Cavs and you're like, you know, you see the Cavs -6 on the road at full strength. You're like, hey, you probably want to take the Cavs, right? No. Take them Pistons at home without Cade. Didn't make any sense probably to some people because, like, you know, Steve, the Pistons didn't have Cade Cunningham yesterday. I know. That's exactly why I took the bet. I had someone mention in the chat, and that is, just so you know, that is why I took the bet, is because Cade wasn't playing. Like I said, a lot of times stars, guys, can hold their team back. And I think Cade's going to probably realize this, sitting some time out, that his team's actually pretty good around him. And he might want to start sharing that basketball a little bit more, because he's at times a little too ball dominant, puts up too many shots. He can shoot his team out of games. You can't shoot 7 for 30 on the floor and expect that to be a good thing. Just, no. Doesn't work that way, guys. So, like I said, we'll be looking at the Pistons going forward, especially if they're playing without Cade. We'll be obviously taking a look at their spreads. Might be able to find good value on that. So, like I said, fantastic day. The 4-0 sweep. Made over 4 units, plus 4.21 units. We laid the juice on Michael Bridges at minus 145, so we made a full unit on that. And then, like I said, we made 1.3 units on Rudy Gobert's over, because we had a unit and a half on that. Then obviously we cashed Russell. We cashed Russell there as well. So, absolutely terrific day. Let's get back after today, though, guys. Got more work to do. Let's stay hot in the NBA. Check out our Major League Baseball Best Bets video as well, guys. That is live already out. Be pinned at the end of this video. Without further ado, let's get right into our picks here for today. At number 1, we were going with the Dallas Mavericks plus 2.5 spread here versus the Chicago Bulls. Minus 108 odds on DraftKings. Yeah, we took the Mavericks a couple games ago. They were one of our spread cashes. We've cashed our last 3 spreads. And I think there's still some great value here on the Mavericks. I think the books are undervaluing the Mavs right now with Anthony Davis. Now, obviously, without Anthony Davis, I wouldn't love this as much, but he is listed as probable on the injury report, so he should be playing. No back-to-backs here, which you like to see, so we should have Davis, like I said, in the lineup. Obviously, we took them versus the Magic last time with Davis. They ended up winning straight up by 9 as 6.5-point dogs. So, I think they're going to have another great chance here to win. I just see them, honestly, as a little bit more complete having Davis. He's really the only bona fide star on the floor in this game. And he makes such a big difference both defensively and offensively. He didn't even play great last game versus the Magic offensively. But his presence and him defensively obviously makes a big difference in this team. There's also an outside chance that Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively could suit up. They're listed as doubtful. They got upgraded to doubtful. They're probably not going to play. But I'm just saying, there was an outside chance that those guys could play too as well. It's kind of going to get exciting here for the Mavericks, getting some of these pieces back and seeing, obviously, if they could slip into the playoffs. We've seen the Mavs win 3 of their last 4 games versus the Pistons, Nets, Magic. So, obviously, impressive win versus the Pistons and the Magic. And that's, Nets have been actually competitive with a lot of teams. They weren't competitive last night, though. No doubt, guys, I've been paying attention to the Bulls, too. The Bulls have been playing great, but most of that has actually came on the road. At home, they're just 14-22 at home, including losing the last game to the Lakers, including winning the last game versus the Lakers, where they were down by I believe they were down by 20 in the fourth quarter. They had no business winning that game, let's be honest. It took a Josh Giddey half-court shot to pull that one out. And it took a miracle at the end of that game to pull that one out. So, let's just call a spade a spade. They had no business winning that game. I love the Bulls. I love the energy. I'm excited to see them in the playoffs or in the play-in tournament. I'm definitely going to be rooting for them when they're not playing the Mavs today. But as far as what should and shouldn't have happened, they definitely should have lost that game by 10+ versus the Lakers. Got very fortunate to find themselves on the winning end of that one for sure. Like I said, I just see this as a spot where we still have value on the Mavericks, and I see them, honestly, at worst being a pick'em here, but honestly, I see them as a team that really should be favored here with Davis, right? With Anthony Davis, I think that makes all the difference for the Mavs. Obviously, we love Jason Kidd as a coach. We know what he can do as a head coach. And the rest of these surrounding pieces are actually a lot better than you think for the Mavericks. Najee Marshall, a lot of people aren't really that familiar with him. He's playing great without Kyrie in the lineup. Hardy plays great. Their bench comes in, they play great. Spencer Dinwiddie. All these guys really have had terrific games where they've carried the team at one point or another. And I think, Davis is due for one of those games. Davis really hasn't played that well yet. We've been waiting for Anthony Davis to kind of do something. I think it's a good spot for him. So, love it there for our number 1 pick. We got the Dallas Mavericks plus 2.5 spread here versus the Chicago Bulls. Minus 108 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we're going Pascal Siakam under 20.5 points here for the Indiana Pacers. Minus 105 odds on the ESPN bet. Guys, tough matchup for Siakam today on the road in OKC. The Thunder allow the 7th fewest points to power forwards this season. Pretty tough matchup. We saw Siakam actually hit the over the last time he played the Thunder with 22 points. What was notable about that game, though? This dude hit 5 threes. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Siakam hit 5 threes. You know how many times that's happened this year? 5. Out of 72 games. He's not hitting 5 threes again today. I don't care what anyone says. That's not happening again. That's absolutely ridiculous for that dude to hit 5 threes. And he still just barely got there. Just 14 shot attempts. Still didn't get the looks versus this team. And I think, once again, the shot attempts are going to be low. We haven't seen him attempt more than 14 shots versus the Thunder over his last 3 games versus OKC. So I don't see him shooting the ball particularly more. And I don't see him knocking down 5 threes. I just don't see that happen. I think that's crazy talk. And you look at over his last 3 games actually versus the Thunder. He's posted logs of 18, 21, the aforementioned 22. The time that he hit 21, he was 80% from the field. Now he has shot 80% from the field just twice this season. So both times he went over, which might I add were narrow, right? This line's 20.5. He hit 21 and 22, just hitting the over. He posted statistical anomalies that almost never happened. 80% from the field and 5 threes. I don't think either of those things is going to happen today. Obviously, he needs it to hit an over versus the Thunder. He doesn't get the shot volume versus the Thunder. And I think that's likely to continue today. You got the Pacers at full strength. You also got him on the road as well here. This isn't a home game, so it makes it even tougher. He's on the road here versus OKC with a 10.5 point spread in favor of the Thunder. He doesn't really hit this line well when the Pacers lose by 10 plus on the road, which is obviously a possibility today. He is 64% under when the Pacers lose by 10 plus on the road. So obviously I like seeing that. Like I said, the 2 times went over were absolute statistical anomalies. It's crazy when I looked into that. I'm like, that's wild that he went over the line. Just with those things happening. But like I said today, love the Thunder defense as a whole. Pretty much they're good versus every position because they play great team defense. So nothing's going to come easy for Siakam. So obviously you love that. You love that he's on the road, in an environment where they could get blown out. You love those things. And you also love his recent shot volume versus the Thunder. If you look at his volume, he's likely not going to make 5 threes, and he's likely not going to shoot 80%. If we can avoid those 2 things, you feel like we've cashed the bet already. So, love it there, guys. For number 2 pick, we got Pascal Siakam under 20.5 points here for the Indiana Pacers. Minus 105 odds on ESPN bet. Okay, and finally at number 3, we got Desmond Bane over 30.5 PRAs here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Minus 105 odds on DraftKings. Love the spot here for Mr. Desmond Bane versus the Lakers. This line is actually adjusted for Ja Morant playing. Now, there's still an outside chance that he doesn't even play, or he's going to be really limited. So in either case, I don't see Morant playing a full minute count, which means Bane is still going to have to shoulder the load offensively here for the Grizzlies. I think he's up to the task here. He's 54% this season, 53% at home to this line, but he's 11 for his last 14 at home to this line. So 11 of his last 14 home games he's cashed, so obviously like seeing that. You got the Lakers here allowing the 11th most points, the 7th most rebounds, and the 8th most assists to shooting yards over the last 7 games. So we've seen the Lakers and how they've broken down defensively here recently. And I think versus this Grizzlies team, a high-octane offensive team, that's definitely going to be tough to keep them in check. I see Bane being able to have a great game here versus the Lakers. His last 2 home games versus the Lakers, he's posted 48 and 46 PRA. So he's absolutely crushed this number versus the Lakers in his last 2 games at home. I think this is just a great spot here where we've seen in the media, and we've seen it of late, how poor the Lakers defense has been. And I think, once again, we could see that again. He's really the guy that I'm looking at that really could take advantage here and be able to hit his overs. Really, where he's going to end up going off, I think he can go off in really any category. Obviously, I think he's going to pour in enough points to get this done. They're going to need him to score as always. But love this spot for Bane, guys. I think he hits the over and gets us rolling here. So love it there for number 3 pick. We got Desmond Bane over 30.5 PRAs here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Minus 105 odds on DraftKings. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, as always, hit that like and subscribe button for me. It really does help us here at the channel. Great time to become an MVP, guys. $3.99 per month. You get access to all these plays early, a couple hours in advance of the video. A lot of times, sometimes or even the night before, which is more important than you think. These lines will move. It's the way it works almost every time. A lot of the lines do end up moving, so it is nice to get some of these things in early. And also, we're getting this early value like out of Desmond Bane, right? If Ja Morant doesn't end up playing, this line will definitely move up. 100%. And he's listed as questionable. He may or may not play. There's no guarantee he plays, especially with a hamstring. You just never know. And honestly, he'll be limited either way. So I expect his line definitely to move up to 31, maybe 32.5. We'll see what ends up happening. But like I said, the other lines are great. You also get access to our Straight Fire MVP exclusive pick of the day, which has been on fire. Cashed again last night. We ended up putting 1.5 units on Rudy Gobert. And obviously that worked out great for us. So appreciate all of you guys, though. Appreciate all the support as always. Check out our baseball video as well for today. We got baseball bets. We'll have our MVP exclusive pick posted a little bit later today. Probably around noon Eastern time. And yeah, outside of that, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Drop your favorite pick below. And we will check you guys all next time. Peace out.